Hey everyone, I'm Lyle Burks with the Viking Speaks. And this is the 48 Laws of Power. Hey everyone, it's Lyle Burks with the Viking Speaks. Welcome back to day 55 of the 90-day video challenge. We're back with the 48 Laws of Power. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporary withdrawal from it will make you more talked about, even more admired. You must learn when to leave. Create value through scarcity. Now, this chapter, he talks about a set of young lovers. And there was actually two pairs. One gentleman, he had fallen in love with a fair young lady, and he had his friend too. And his friend fallen in love with another young lady. Now, she was pretty well known for being quite astounding in her beauty, but quick-tempered and a bit robust with her words. So the fellow who was falling for the vibrant lady, they had a bit of a quarrel, and she grew mad with him. And he went away for a few weeks, upwards of a month, I want to say it was. And in the absence, he grew to miss her pretty badly. And as he came back and everything, the love had grown in that period of time. So pretty quickly thereafter, they reconciled and things were good. Well, the other friend, he wanted a taste of what it was like to have that separation and reconciliation, which seemed to be the reconciliation itself, seemed to be far greater love and joy than the mere introduction and falling in the first place. So he devised a plan to where he was going to completely separate himself from his love and create a circumstance in which he could devise that reconciliation. So he went away. He used to write her poems and sing songs and dance with her, do all these extravagant things. Well, he just stopped all of it. He stopped his pursuit entirely. Now, he never gave her any understanding or reason, or never even spoke to her about it. He just disappeared, went away. And this young lady was baffled. She sent her messengers after him and wrote letter after letter, poem pleading for him to come back. And what he actually did in his absence, because the emotions got too entangled too quickly with it, he only made her love grow stronger. So the absence, in fact, did the first portion of it. It actually made it grow stronger. But the portion in which he needed her to be mad at him or create distance wasn't happening. And as a result of that, she actually caused the inverse of the law. She pushed him away even further. So a few months go by, and this continued pattern of behavior goes where she just constantly pursued. Now, back in that day, this was back in, I want to say Victorian times, if I remember correctly. And back in that time, women did not pursue men, period. This wasn't a thing. And she was completely defying the norms of society by pursuing this fellow. So for months, she just constantly did everything she could to try and get this guy back. So eventually, she stopped, lost hope, or just stopped trying. And when he sensed that she had stopped, he thought, now's my chance. Now it's time to come back. So he comes back to her and everything and finds her. And when she sees him, she's just head over heels and begging for forgiveness. Well, he sees this and sees, instead of her being angry with him so he can fabricate the reconciliation, that it had actually done the reverse. And that made him mad. So he spoke very harshly, turned her away again, and this time she was mad. And the next day, that night even, he realized he'd made a horrible mistake. And so he went after her and tried to get her attention, tried to reconcile. She wasn't having it. Not only did she turn him away, but she had her messengers and her guards chase him out of the town. So he went back to his hometown and stayed there and waited, mourning, grieving, feeling the pain of absence only a true love can, and really started to dig into that emotion. Finally, and he pursued her for a while, and so he got to taste what that absence was like, which in turn made his love rekindle and grow stronger for her. So this went on for a year, a whole year, and eventually she became kind of reminiscent of who he was and how nice he was, how handsome he was, all the wonderful things he did for her, and began to miss him. And so eventually, she sent word for him, and they came back and finally got the reconciliation. So this one's pretty simple. You ever heard the adage, absence makes the heart grow fonder? Well, that applies in many different things. And it seems to be most applicable in the love scenario. But it can also work in business. So let's say you get in with a client or new job. You get in and you start to do good work for your boss and everything, or for a client. And seemingly unexpectedly, you have a bit of a disagreement and you withdraw. And you tell them that, no, you don't get my services anymore. Instead, you're going to have to watch me help all these other people and help them be successful or grow their business or be of service to them. And you won't have any access to my services anymore. I will not be your employee. It takes a while, but eventually, if you continue down that path, you have to show not only are you happy and accepting of the position you have taken in that role, but that their absence doesn't necessarily bother you. Like the young lady, when she finally got upset, when she turned him away, it was as if he didn't exist anymore. And she was perfectly fine with his absence. That drove him nuts. Well, it'll drive your clients and your boss nuts too eventually, especially if you used to do really good work for them and you were a top dog, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, bam, you're done. A little bit of starvation. It's actually what they do with diamonds. Now, that's a whole different touchy subject, but it's a controlled supply and demand situation. So you supply the service, you supply who you are, as much or as little as you want. So anyway, take this for what it is, use it with caution. Hope it helps. Talk to y'all tomorrow, y'all. The double y'all. Man, I'm tired. Much love. Bye for now.